All right, muscular tissue moves the body. So from here, you should be able to distinguish among the three types of muscles with regard to location and function in the body. Muscle tissues. Muscle tissues are going to be muscle tissue is responsible for the body movement of substances through the body. It's going to be composed primarily of muscle cells or muscle fibers that contract when stimulated. There are three types of muscles that vary in structure, location, and whether they are voluntary or involuntary in their movement. Skeletal muscles are going to be attached to bones. Those are going to be responsible for moving the body and is going to be primarily under voluntary control. Cardiac muscle is only found in the heart, ultimately responsible for pumping the blood to the rest of the body, and it's ultimately involuntary. The smooth muscle is going to be found in the walls of hollow organs. So, for example, like the stomach, blood vessels, bladder, uterus. It's going to be responsible for propelling substances or objects through internal passageways, and is also going to be involuntary in its control. So here you go. Here is our skeletal muscle. Our skeletal muscle is going to be a little bit striated or in its appearance. So it's going to have sort of these stripes in its appearance. It's going to be attached to the skeleton by tendons, and contraction of the skeletal muscle is going to contraction of the skeletal muscle is going to move the body. It is under voluntary control. The muscle fibers are going to be very long. They're going to run the entire length of the muscle. So from here to here would be a single cell, a muscle fiber cell that can run the entire length. Now, because they are very long, they are going to have multiple nuclei. Multiple nucleuses allow for complete control across the entire cell. And like I said, they might be striated or striped in appearance. Smooth muscle. Smooth muscle is not going to have any of that striation, which is why it's called smooth. It has to do with its appearance. But the muscle fibers are going to be sort of spindle-shaped with only one nucleus. Now, these are going to be under involuntary control, and they're going to be found in the walls of the viscera. They're going to be found in the walls of certain organs that are going to require the movement of passages or the movement of substances through that organ. And here is our cardiac muscle. It's going to be found only in the walls of the heart. It is also striated, but with only a single nucleus. And the cells are going to be connected by intercalculated discs. This is going to allow for communication in between the cells. So there you go. That is our cardiac muscle. So you should be able to explain the difference in structure and function of the skeletal, smooth, and cardiac muscles. Describe where each type of muscle fiber is found in the body. And then you should also go over why smooth and cardiac muscles are involuntary and what advantage this provides for homeostasis.